Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Today, the Misery Mire. Not actually a very difficult dungeon, just kind of long. And that longness makes it deceptively difficult. Anyway, as you can see, this dungeon does in fact require the hookshot, otherwise you can't even enter it. So they're one of those things where they try to stop you from advancing too early. Of course, like I said, once you've got the hookshot, you can actually do this dungeon at any time, and the dungeon item is pretty nice. It does let you cut through the Ice Palace a little earlier, like we talked about last video. And, I mean, it gets some use in puzzles in the next few videos. So, yay. Those little guys that I just spent a little bit of time killing, those are, in fact, the Wizrobes of Link to the Past. They now do that teleport in and teleport out thing, and look very suspiciously like black mages from Final Fantasy. Interestingly enough, there's actually two different types of Wizrobes with completely different sprites in Link to the Past, and I'm not really sure why, so yay! Down here and across this bridge that in no way should actually be able to, you know, still be standing, since it's not connected to anything, is our key. Oh, bitch. Oh, fuck, I wasn't supposed to go in here. Well, I don't remember what's down below, so we'll do it anyways, but I'm pretty certain wasn't supposed to go in here, and unfortunately this is one of those rooms where once you're locked in, you do kind of have to deal with it anyways. So whatever, who cares? Let's see what's down here. Yep, just as I thought. Anyway, who cares? Let's get out of here. Instead, what we're gonna do is hang our rights. And we have another fun little room. Already up on 2 keys, though, which is pretty sweet. And that's 3. So, down there and to the left is actually a door that requires the big key. We're going to go ahead and skip that for now and come back later and we can actually do something with it. Instead, we're heading this way, past the first key we got, and into a whole new set of rooms. I'll just peg that Wizrobe so it doesn't bother me any. Not a whole lot to say about this little section, just a lot of stuff to throw around and a couple kind of annoying Stalfos, but whatever. Also never really a fan of these little fire-spitting tiles, but there's a lot of them in this game, so whatever. I mean, especially as we get later and later into the, or further and further into the game, they're just going to show up more and more. Whoops! That was an accident. That room is not helpful at all, so we're going to skip it. It looks like I was totally wrong about there only being one big blade trap in this game, so yay! I can't wait till you guys correct me on that one. It'd be interesting to see as if anyone even notices. It's only, I mean, it's only just now that someone notices that I pronounce Kakariko different than everybody else does. But once again, this is one of those things where it's never been properly pronounced anywhere, so what do you say, really? Anyway, I don't really care about that. The swamp thing to be dealing with. So these versions of the Stalfos heads, the little green ones, they can actually be killed, unlike the yellow ones I think they were earlier, which just eventually leave. I've got 3 keys, but I kind of want to see what's down here. And yeah, I have no idea what that room's for, so fuck it, we'll just leave. Ah, yes. So, this room requires you to light up all of the little torches, as well as dodge tiles, because that's funny to them. And doing so, as long as you have the switch pressed correctly, will give you the compass. And of course, you can just head straight back down if you want to, which is a good idea because I think the gate to the right actually locks. So I would say probably you want to go down. Also, in case you haven't noticed, since it took me a while to actually notice how these fucking little fire pillar things work, they only work when you swing. So as long as you're not swinging your sword wildly, you don't get a whole bunch of fireballs everywhere, and that's nice. Not being harassed by fireballs is awesome. Now, this one, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting this up to be solved before I actually do it, since I know what the hell I'm doing here. However, the first time you see this puzzle, you're probably pretty likely to screw it up. And actually, you don't even need to move any of these blocks. I kind of think that's a little bit of a red herring and probably will make you waste a bit of time. So instead, what we're going to do is just use the lantern on these two, then head down to the bottom, switch over to our fire rod, and then just fling over the little waist-high wall. Once all four are lit, it does go ahead and just activate this next section, so you don't really have to do anything else. Eventually, this damn place will stop shaking, and I can actually move on. Eventually. One day. The far future. There we go. Anyways, I never got to show you what this room looks like without solving the puzzle, but, as you can see, we have another block from Halitosis, which tells us exactly how to, well, solve the puzzle, really. Or at least it tells you that you need to solve the puzzle by lighting the torches. Regardless, who cares? We have the big key. That's really all we need. And of course, this teleporter will take us to this room, which we saw before, and I was like, fuck it, let's not even bother with it. Behind it is another teleporter, which takes us to another room, where this is the one I was saying that down and to the right there was, or down to the left there was a room with a big key. Oh my god, there's so much shit that wants to fuck with me. Stop. Stop. One of you go away. Okay, there. Anyway, it's this room. Anyways, since we are sort of 100%ing this thing for no really true good reason, I'm gonna go back and get the dungeon map, which I've missed. Just note, you absolutely do not need to use the key to open that door there to the left. In fact, there's really no reason to do so at all, and I recommend not doing it. Strangely enough, I for some reason thought this couldn't happen, but somehow it does. I did manage to use the key, not use the key there, and then use it in another dungeon, which I thought they stopped that from working. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I keep talking over events that are actually happening, but yes, that is the treasure chest, that's the Cane of Samaria, and we're going to use it in the rest of the dungeon, so it'll get its time to shine. Wrong way. Alright, so heading back down to the big key door, which obviously is the pathway towards greatness and or the boss. God damn it, how many of those are filled with sparklies? Alright, no more. Not touching any more of you pots. I've had enough of your shit. Alright, so this key also doesn't really need to be used, it's just a room full of money. And to be fair, we're pretty much out of use for money aside from buying a couple things left. One of which is sort of a spoiler, and the other one... I mean, the other one's just food to recharge yourself. Anyway, as you can see, there's a thing here, which we cannot press because there's no blocks and no puzzle. But using the Cane of Samaria, we can actually... or Samaria, whatever. We can actually place a block anywhere we want in the world, which is fantastic. Additionally, if you use the Cane of Samaria again, it will cause the little brick thing to blow up into a ring of four... not a ring, I guess, to four fireballs that shoot in the cardinal directions. It's nice if you need to, like, make a little trap. Or if you just want to get rid of the brick. Either way. Alright, so this section. Basically, they want you to hit the switch. And I don't know why the conveyor belt's there. I always thought it was kind of unnecessary, but whatever. I just use an arrow and I'm done with it, but whatever. Right here is the next switch to activate the next section of the puzzle, or at least to get us towards that door. And of course, 2 anti-fairies if you need to heal up. Which we don't. This part, I always thought this part was awesome. I got the idea way back when on the Super Nintendo. Thought it was fantastic. Oh god, no! Ah, trapped. Anyway, as I was saying, I love the idea that the little slimes are dropping from the ceiling. It's something they eventually carry into Ocarina, I believe. And done in a much better way, but this was the first time I'd ever seen it. And the idea was, of course, that the slimes are dropping from the boss room above, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's go check out a boss that could be so ugly and slimy. Oh my god! This pile of eyes stuck in green jello is Vitreous. Vitreous is kind of interesting in that he's completely boring. Basically, you just need to wait for him to shoot these little eyes out at you, and you hit the eyes. Every time his big eye surfaces, you move out of the way because he's going to shoot lightning in the center of the room. Now, the lightning can arc in different ways, much like Agnaham's, much like the wizard's magic does, but when it comes down to it, it's still mostly confined to the center of the room, so you can just move out. Or get lazy. Once he's down to 4, he actually stops doing his little bolt thingy and just sort of chases you down for some dumb fucking reason. Yeah, basically just hit him away and he'll die. Eventually. You can die now, at any time. It's cool, man. There we go. Alright, we're one more crystal richer. And I have no idea what's happening in the audio right now. Alright, well at least it finished up strong. Good job, game. Anyways, we have our next fancy lady, who I'm sure she'll tell us something interesting that I'll probably misconstrue. Maybe it's Aghanim. Whatever. Alright, so next dungeon, Turtle Rock, and Princess Zelda's waiting there. This should be interesting. Alright, we're basically 1 heart piece away from collecting and 1 heart piece from actually beating the dungeon, so we're pretty much near the end. Both the next 2 heart pieces actually require us to be at Turtle Rock, so we're going to go ahead and just head there. There's really not a lot left to do since we did so much exploring earlier. Wake up, Akari! Oh god damn it. You know what? I'm not even supposed to be here right now. Hold on. Let's go fix a problem. Alright, so I could go straight to Turtle Rock, but I just remembered, not conveniently, that we have an upgrade to get. In fact, it's actually several. But yeah, it basically triggers at this point in the game, and it's the earliest point you can get this stuff, so we might as well grab it and make our lives easier. Anywho, we're headed back to the bomb shop in this world, which is Link's ex-home, and is run by a crazy elephant man who shoots smoke out of his nose, because that's what elephants do. You may notice we got a new thing here, which is the Super Bomb, and I didn't realize you could actually just buy it without talking to him. There we go. Super Bomb in stock for 100 rupees. Now, basically, this thing follows you around just like Zelda, or the little girl, or the treasure chest will do. Again, sprinting off, or jumping off cliffs will end up leaving it. You don't want to do that. And this one also has a unique interaction compared to the others, which, can you guess what it might be? That's right, it's a portable store! No, that's not true at all. Anyway, we're gonna head over to the Palace of... What? Not the Palace of Darkness. We're headed by the Palace of Darkness. We're headed by Ganon's pyramid thing in the center. You know what? Fuck you. I would really, really, really like to sprint through all this. Oh, sweet. Well, that made that very helpful. Thank you, fairy. By the way, that first little high-pitched noise, that's actually their death scream as Link rips their head off. Gets that first neck snap in, and then sucks at the marrow. God, this game is dark. Anyway, the super bomb breaks in the crack of this little wonderful palace Ganon has built for himself, and inside, there's a mysterious pond. Let's throw something in. In fact, let's throw something unexpected in, like, say, maybe our arrows. Holy bejesus. Yes. My God. Ganon made her fat. That's it. He has to go down now. Alright, so there's one more thing, or actually two more things we can technically get here, aside from the silver arrows. One is a sword upgrade. Yeah, I dropped it. And just like that, we get the level 4 sword. It's throbbing in my hand. Whoops. Oh, yeah, duh. Hi, Bikari. We gotta get rid of one of the fairies. Again, this is... I don't remember if I showed this off, I just mentioned it last time, but you can, in fact, fuck it up. Yeah, give it back. Alright. Yeah, I know, I had it. Thanks. Alright, so if I can do this right, I can throw the goddamn bottle in this time. And much like last time, it'll be a free medicine potion. Interesting how this is like the best fairy fountain in the game, and yet she still cheaps out and gives you the green potion. Couldn't bother giving you a blue one for free. No. Heaven forbid. Actually, there's a reason for that, but we'll blah blah. We'll deal with that later. Actually, I'll probably forget to talk about it later. So, there you go. Ow. That's gotta be a bad moment for Link, where he suddenly materializes inside a wall. Send me back! Send me back! Alright, now this time, we're gonna head pretty much straight over to the Turtle Rock. Now we've now got the level 4 sword, which can kill, like, fucking everything in one hit. Not really ever. Okay, obviously there's some things, and things are gonna scale up in strength, obviously, too. So, shit! I am just terrible at dodging these boulders. But yeah, we have the strongest sword in the game, and it's pretty fantastic. Also, I love this. I don't know why this even exists. There's this one stone you can pick up here. Nothing under it. Why is it... I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, this way we could have reached earlier, but there's not really much of a point to do so, considering the fact that you need the hookshot to get across. And, of course, you also need the Titan's Mitt to use this particular Dark World transporter. Alright, we're back to the Dark World version of Death Mountain. Even deathlier mountain. There are two particular caves of interest. The one we want is on the left. This cave serves two functions. One is to get us to Turtle Rock, which, you know, awesome. The second function is to get us another piece of heart. Not this particular cave, but this cave system will. Additionally, it's a interesting little puzzle, and by puzzle I mean series of holes you fall down. Not really in a puzzly way. I mean, the closest thing to the puzzle is this one right here, which is where if you pick a certain one, you get a bonus. I think it's the... Is it this one? Nope, it was the other one. Oh well, whatever. Oh, actually this one would have worked too if I hadn't just screwed it up. Regardless, that chest just holds red rupees and I don't really care at all. what I get for being impatient. Anywho, pretty much at the exit. And what's outside? You can see there's this rock here. Now, this rock, it looks kind of useless, but you can see there's a floating island out there. Oh, look at that. A secret passage. Who knew? And of course, this is the first introduction here to the invisible floors. Now, really quickly, if you use the Ether ability, it'll basically show you exactly where you need to go. Additionally, if you boost the gamma or you turn up, I think that's what I used to do when I was a kid, is boost the gamma or contrast on my TV, you can really clearly see the tiles. In fact, I'm going to do that while I was talking about the gamma, and hopefully you guys can see it. And it hopefully didn't blow up your eyes, because it's probably going to look pretty bad. But regardless, you'll get the idea. Oh hey, another one of these that I can't use, because fuck it. My god, every time I see one of these, I'm already at full health. And I'm pretty certain the path to the right is complete bullshit. Alright, so, you're like, why is this here? Well, the answer is, because you can go to the other wonderful, lighter world, and look at that, a heart piece. Only one left. Thank God. Alright, so we're pretty much done. The best thing to do is actually just head back through, because the last thing I'm doing is jumping down from up here. And pretty much all we gotta do now is head out of this little secret area. And there's some pots and shit over to the left if you want hearts or rubies or something, but bleh. And what we're going to do over here is begin the Turtle Rock puzzle, and also, unfortunately, since I don't have a choice, demonstrate the Quake ability. Which sucks, because I would have loved to have gone through this whole game without ever using it, but can't. I was actually wrong. Bombos is the only one that you don't ever use to solve a puzzle. Well, that was weird. Where does it take us? To the top of Skull Rock. Or Turtle Rock. Everything's a skull to me nowadays. And we use Quake. Again, this is a pretty damn cool animation for back in the day. Just like that, Turtle's head is gone. We can head down inside and begin the next dungeon. Which we will do. Only, you know, not today, because meh. Also, doesn't that look like it should have stuff on it? Like you should be able to read it? I don't know. Whatever. Alright guys, well, thanks for joining me this time. Next time we'll conquer Turtle Rock, rescue Princess Zelda, and go out for ice cream.